Well, I'm going to say something I already said, but it is something that really hit me yesterday. I was asked what prompts me to take a photo. Why am I taking a specific photo? And I didn't know the answer. And when I thought about it, I realized that the real reason why I'm taking a photo is because the subject of my photo is calling me. I am not constructing the frame and the photo, but the subject is telling me, just photograph me. And then once I photograph it, I go on my screen and I look at it and I try to answer to myself, why did you take this photo? For this one, for example, what really surprised me and interested me was this movement, like this. It's like almost if there is a source of air or something on the bottom, and it's almost a crater that is pushing out something. And this movement, and then all these, bubbles that are floating around, and then this white that at the beginning I thought that it was a mistake. I didn't understand what it was, and then I realized it was the sun hitting the water. And so I normally have the frame that is a full frame, and then I go into it and I look for what I like. And this is what I liked. I liked these touches, these colors, and this movement, and the movement on the corner. And so that's the photo. And that's the reason why I took the photo, and I gave myself an answer. And I was very happy because then once it's printed and framed and hand, I find, first of all, people asking me often, what is it? Where do you take this photo? What does it represent? I said, just turn it around and see, tell me what you see in it. And keep turning it around is a different photo. If you take this photo and you hang it in another way, the movement goes in a different way. You keep turning around, it's a different photo. And so, I don't know why I'm taking a photo. That's the truth. And what it gives me, it reveals something that I discover while I'm working on it. And that's what natures give me. I don't change the colors. I respect them, and I give a little contrast just to enhance something, and that's it. So the same thing was for that photo. I would like to know from you what you think it is. Since we are very few, I can tell you. This is a stone. It's a stone on the beach in Sicily, and there were, I don't know, maybe 300 stones, and I don't know. I took the photo of this stone, and then when I went to look at it, I saw all these colors, and I never figured out, I never knew that in a stone there are so many colors. Mm-hmm. And so this revealed the beauty that is every day with us, and that we don't really understand, or we find out, or we appreciate. And then, as you see, I'm not worried about being detailed. I don't care. I really can't care less of having a precise photo. I don't use macro because I can't stand having everything precise. It's the opposite of me. So I want a little confusion. So I like this movement, these colors, and in fact there was a printer that was telling me about a print that I have on the other side. We said, well, we should, you know, cut the print a little smaller because there is a part of it that is out of focus, and maybe I said, okay, I'm not printing with you. You're not getting what I'm trying to do. And so, what it is, just look at it and say, I don't like it. It gives me something. I'm discovering something. This is revealing something to me. Incredibly peaceful, but also powerful, because it shows the power of nature, but that you can enjoy with calm, because there is this blue, it's totally flat, and there was not even a inch of you know, ripple of the water. I've never seen such a flat water, and so that's, I really like this a lot. So it's
beautiful
it
colors,
is,
beautiful colors, and the depth of it, and the depth. You
yeah,
can kind of bring yourself.
and you know, it's and you see these little things that are, you know, I'm not a painter, so, but I'm a photographer, so that's what I try to do. Use the camera as
Well, most people, to get this imagery, most people sit on the computer for hours,
right.
whereas you're just seeing nature
Yes.
and capturing it, which is beautiful.
It is, and
Yeah.
it is. First of all, I don't know how to use Photoshop, so it's it's not that I say, oh, I don't know how to do it, so I don't do it. So all I do is what I use Photoshop as I used the dark room when I was a kid. So when you had your Durst projector, all you did it was to give a little, you know, depth to the photo, a little contrast, and then in the chemicals you would keep in the photo a little more or a little less, just depending how you wanted it, and that was it. And that's my Photoshop. That's the maximum I can do. It's nothing else. I don't even try. No, you know, there is the little thing of colors, adjusting the colors. I jump over it. I don't even touch it because I'm terrified to ruin what I've seen.
Well, I don't think you should be terrified because you can always save your image. I think you should start playing.
I am.
Start playing.
I don't. The few times that I start playing, I make such a mess that
That's how you learn.
Yeah. I really, it disturbs me almost. To me, this is really a painting, and it, you know, it was a photo of just, yes, it is water, but it can be anything, and these white things are actually kind of debris that were on the water, and that they normally, you see them and you do not dive in because you say the water is dirty, and it wasn't. There were all these incredible colors, this green, this blue, different shades of blues, and I said, okay, so this is really, you know, when I saw it, I have this, my printer is in Florence, and so it's not an easy relationship from here because we speak a lot, etc. And we send each other to hell very often because he's telling me, just tell me what you want. See, look on your computer. So he forced me to buy a professional screen. Say, this is the screen I use. You buy the same. You make the same color, you know, gradation. So we have the same colors. Then look at it and tell me, is that what you want or not? You're driving me crazy. So this is the first time that I was using that screen, and I saw it and I called him because he told me, listen, this is really beautiful. And I said, and my little computer was looking on my computer and said, I did like it, but then I put it on the screen. I really was blown away. I really liked the different movement. It really, I mean, he's a painter. Where is the other painter? I mean, this, I don't know, I felt that it was a painting. On the beach in Tuscany, and I was walking, it was in the winter, and I was really mad at how the beach was not curated, was let it go, was really, and a lot of debris was coming in, etc. But I liked the splashes that they were coming into against whatever was there. So I really sat down and I looked at the movement, and then all of a sudden I decided to take a photo. When you do a digital photo, you don't have the immediate reaction. It takes a fraction of a second between when you press a button and the photo is made. So actually, this came to me because I was lucky. I really got the moment that happened not 1 second, one fraction of a second after I pressed the thing. And normally this photo was hanged on this way. So this one was on the right. I saw a few of them with this on the right. And then one day at home, I don't know why I made a mistake. I don't know what happened. Or you. And she decided, let's look at it in a different way. And we hang it in this way. It's a completely different photo. This comes at you. This is, I feel like this is water that is, I don't know, if you stay here, it hits you. It's something that, and that's the reason why every one of my photos has a rectangular railing on the back, because so you can hang it how you want it, how you see it. Me being pissed off. I was walking on the beach and there was a ton of seaweed. I hate seaweed. It really glues to your feet. I couldn't stand it. And I decided to go back home. This is the beach and the house in Tuscany where we had it. All of a sudden I looked at it and I said, I like the movement of all the seaweed. I didn't understand really what it was, but I liked the movement. So I took the picture, and then when I went home and I went on the screen, I saw first of all these different yellows, browns, and I didn't expect to see so much different colors, and all these blues. These blues are a drop of water. And so something that I couldn't stand became something that was really amazing me. And it's not that now I want to go and walk in the on the beach where there are those kind of things, but I really like it. There is a director in Rome that bought it. And he called me and he said, listen, I moved the painting of a very famous Italian painter and I put your stupid photo instead because it really inspires me. And
wood.
oh yeah, and he said, I like all these pieces of wood. And I said, oh, you like it? I said, yeah, I like all these pieces of wood. Where did you find them? I said, do you like it? He said, yeah, I like this wood. This is cool. It's very unusual. So once I sold it to him and it was delivered and he paid, I said, that's not wood. Those are seaweed. He said, I want my money back. So that's to say, I'm revealing today what they are, these things are, but I like to let people look at it and just decide. This photo in magnificent island, Italian island, called La Maddalena, which is near Sardinia, in the middle of the Mediterranean. And all these photos are done while I was sailing around with this friend of mine. And I saw this water, and I was actually making photos of my wife's bathing suits floating on the water. It was an idea that I had. I said, "Oh, they're floating. I could take the picture." And then I turned around. I saw this movement, and actually, I saw the color of the water, and I took the picture, and then I realized that it was amazing to me. There were the darks, the eyes of this. Oh God, look at this. This is almost like the face of a monster, while this the teeth, and then I saw this is an ET looking at you, and this purple. I didn't know that in the water there's purple. I don't know where it came from, and I really loved it. And all this movement, it amazed me. And this purple is prominent here than there. I don't know why. And this is the photo that a very famous lab suggested me to cut in half, because this was more in focus than this one. And I said, okay, I go to another lab, because I actually like this part that is kind of, it's not even out of focus, it's out of something. But anyway, then it brings you into a more interesting and detailed things. These are other two eyes. We used to sit in front of this photo for, I don't want to say 2 hours, 4 hours, but almost, and having almost a game. I said, what do you see in it? And this was part of our dinner parties. It was hanging on the wall. We were having dinner, and all of a sudden nobody was speaking to anybody. We were just looking at the photo and saying, that's what I see. And that's exactly what I want to do. And that's exactly what I want to deliver. Whatever you want, basically, is revealing what I get after I look at it, and then it's yours. Do what you want. And I'm not doing it now, but if you start to move around on the hanging of it, it's a completely different experience. And this is the one that my daughter absolutely forced me to put under plexi.
And there's only 2 left of this, correct?
Yelling and screaming. That's the last one.
This is the last one.
Because of all my photos, I make only 5 copies. And this is the last. I love it. The port in Portoferraio, which is the Elba Island, and the port was full. And so while we were waiting to be called in, we were, hanging out of the port, which is a very frustrating situation, because then you see the people that they know people and they go ahead of you, and then so you try to, and so I was looking at the water, and I was at the top of the boat, and we had the anchor there, obviously hanging, waiting to be thrown into the water if we were not going to find a spot in the port. And this one obviously is different from every other one, because it is not an abstract photo, but what I like of it is the geometry of it. And I really like the winch here. It didn't work, so we had to do it by hand. And the anchor, and when I looked at the anchor, I saw again the clouds shooting into the water, and so I felt that this photo probably would have confused a lot of people, and that's why I took the photo because it's you don't understand. I mean, it looks like an anchor goes up rather than on the water, and the clouds. So where are you? I mean, and that's the little story about this. And I did say two of them to, you know, people goes out on the boat often, and they normally have problems with anchors.
Now this piece is printed on cotton, correct?
This was put in cotton, and then we changed it on under plexi, because again this dark with the plexi comes out much more, so the contrast is even stronger. It's almost three-dimensional. So it's something that, and I also try to make it huge, and it's unbelievable. So I looked on my screen how it would be very big.